I have been wanting some spaghetti since we got past all this Thanksgiving stuff. Got my water boiling for I'm actually going to use linguine noodles. So I added bell pepper, red and green. I added Italian herb grinder and, seasoning salts, Lorry's and stuff like that. And so now I'm about to let this simmer. And the sauce that I used was the classical red roasted garlic. And this is ground turkey meat. I never use for my tacos or my spaghetti, any pastas. I never use ground beef. Only time I use ground beef is when I want a hamburger. So yeah, I added all my seasonings, and so I'm gonna let this simmer and get all good and tasty. Cut up some onion in there, and I will show you the finished product soon. Here is my finished product. I'm going to put it in the back there on the back eye and let it simmer a little bit. But oh my goodness, all I gotta do now is get my garlic breadsticks going, and I'm ready to eat. Let the games begin. Friday morning, and I work from home on Friday, so jumping on to see what the day is looking like. My work phone needs to be charged, and this is Vlogmas day 2, so pretty quiet online today. I don't have any meetings. Check that before I even started my whole wash my face, brush my teeth routine and stuff like that. Just threw on something casual since I'm not going to be online, which this would be fine for a Friday online anyway. But yeah, so I'm gonna check what's out there, what I have going on. We have our end of year reviews that we need to finish up and get submitted off to our boss. And yeah, so let's make this a productive day. Usually I'm in the car, right? So I'm here at home, got my coffee, be still and know. Be still, y'all. Know that he's got you. In all these trying times, you know, holidays are very hard for people. And, but yeah, so be still and know. Oh, I gotta come back to you guys and update you on Mom's phone. So stay tuned for that. Let me just check out everything that's going on here online, and I'll come back and chat with you guys in a little bit. So guys, I am finally stepping away from work. It is 11:16. I am just having breakfast. It's the only thing I hate about having coffee so early is that it kind of dampens my appetite. Cooked my bacon a little too long. I am over here about to put oatmeal on for myself. These hash browns over here are for my daughter. Yeah, it's a lot. She loves potatoes. Don't even have to worry if they will get eaten, because they will. But yeah, I'm just gonna have some oatmeal and bacon, and that's gonna be it for now. But while I'm in the kitchen, I'm already planning this evening. I am going to have a drink, and so I'm gonna share with you what I'm gonna drink. So at Sam's Club, they were sampling this off. I might need to turn on some light. 1 second. That's a little better. Whoa. So at Sam's Club, they were sampling this off. And I had the one of them is Mai Tai, the other one is the margarita. One is jalapeno pineapple margarita, and the other one is the classic daiquiri. So I actually think I had the margarita, a shot of it, and it was chilled. Yeah, I will be enjoying this tonight. One of these, not all of them. And the 4 of them was like $12 and something. So I thought that was a great deal. If anybody knows this On the Rocks brand, it's always been good to me. And so for me not to even be a drinker, I am looking forward to having a shot this evening. I will be indulging. So just wanted to share. Oatmeal is all ready, guys. I'm putting a little cinnamon. Some honey. And a little brown sugar. And sometimes I put cranberries and a little bit of butter. So I think I'm gonna put a little bit of butter, but I'm not gonna worry about the cranberries. Let's see if everything is seasoned. I may not even need the butter. So use a little bit more brown sugar, and a little bit more honey. And that should be it for my breakfast. Yeah, I can always tell like the color consistency is where I need it to be. Love, love, love oatmeal. Hey guys, so I just finished my breakfast. I figured before I get on back to working, I would give you a little bit of update, looking like alfalfa, if anybody remembers alfalfa. Give you a little update on mama's phone. Y'all ain't gonna believe this one. So, after really being stressed, really being stressed that night, I literally, guys, had to listen to some worship music to just relax my mind. And I also lost a cousin after Thanksgiving, and he lived in California, and I was toying and beating myself up trying to figure out if I was going to go to the service, which is tomorrow, Saturday, and it was just so expensive, and I just had to make peace with myself in that situation. So I was dealing with beating myself up over that and trying to find my mom's phone. So woke up yesterday morning, Thursday, and looked at my mom's tracker, saw that the phone was still at this location, at this home in the West Loop of Chicago. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna stress myself on watching this. You gotta get up, you gotta go in the office today, get ready. So go get ready. Started getting ready. Every now and then I still would peek at it and see. So it wasn't until I was actually in the office, and when I was in the office, I looked at it again. And I forgot what time it was. I have to look back at some text messages, and I'll put it up on the screen. So, excuse me, I saw the locator moving, going to the south side of Chicago. And I was thinking, gosh, this person is just really getting around. The first time I saw how the person was moving around, I labeled them as a carjacker, because the person was moving around like a carjacker, just spot to spot to spot. The second time I thought maybe they were a realtor, because each time it showed a location, it was like a condo development. So I was like, maybe they're a realtor, like just trying to piece it all together. So when I saw them headed to the south side of Chicago, I was like, I don't even know what this means, but I got calls to make. I think I had some interviews to do, and so I left it alone. Went back and had already checked in with my mom. She had been calling me from various people's numbers, from the maintenance guy in the building to once the office opened, and she has a neighbor next door whose phone she was using as well. So she was using all her resources to contact me, which I appreciated. So when I look back at it by the afternoon, I saw that the location now was at, so when I look back at it after I finished my calls, I realized that the address was near her church. And I was like, this location looks very familiar, you know, like, let me call her church and see if they're dropping the phone off there. And all I kept thinking was, God, how did they know that she goes to church there? This is strange if she lost it on the bus. Called the church, got the office. They said no one had turned her phone in. He said, but that doesn't mean they haven't turned it into someone else, but here in the office, we don't have her phone. I said, okay. He said, why don't you try back in an hour? I said, okay, no problem. So I then called the maintenance guy who my mom had used his phone, and was like, hey, can you let my mom know that I think her phone may be at her church? I haven't, you know, verified it yet, but I think we're getting closer to it. He was like, no problem, I'm gonna tell her right now. So maybe 10-15 minutes later, my phone starts ringing and I see her church name pop up on my phone. And so I answer, and they asked to speak to me, and I said, you know, they asked if this is her daughter, and I was like, yes. So he said, we have your mom's phone here. Someone turned it in to the pastor's assistant. I said, okay, thank you so much. So he was like, you know what day or time you might come, or when you gonna come and pick it up? I said, well, I'm actually in the office right now. I said, but when I give her this message, I'm pretty sure she gonna be on her way out there to get it herself. So he was like, okay, it'll be here, and it looks like it's all charged up and everything. So did I reach her? I think I wound up talking to her while she was in the office of her building. And she was like, wow, that's just crazy. Like, we're still just stuck on who turned this phone in. Who did this if she lost it on the bus? So she gets there, she gets the phone, and mind you, my mom is on public transportation. So it took her a while to get there. And when she got there, she let me know she had the phone. And the person that the phone was given to was not around, but he had texted her phone saying, like, I got your phone or something like that. So I guess she texted him back and asked him and said thank you and asked who gave him the phone. Y'all, there was a piece missing to this lost and found phone that I never knew. And obviously she had blanked it out of her mind. When she goes to church, mind you, she does not drive. Most people give her a ride home or to the nearest bus or train. This person gave her a ride to where they live, to where I kept getting the ping of where the phone was actually sitting in the West Loop. They gave her a ride to as far as where they live, and she took the bus further from there. So she thought she lost it on the bus, y'all, when she actually lost it in the friend's car. And the friend didn't know it was in her car. She did not know until the next day when she was out running errands with her daughter to the dealership to have her car maintenance when it could have been found and taken in there, and to the store that I had tracked the phone to. So they were customers at the store that I was at looking for the phone. I think by then the daughter had found it by the time they were headed to the store where I located them. So either it was in that car or on their person there in the store, but make it make sense, y'all. All I can do is laugh now because it just has had me so gone that I was that close to the phone and couldn't find it. And so sure that it was an employee. I mean, ready. See how quick we are to accuse and prosecute and guilty before proven innocent. You know, all that. That's where all that went. And just to hear how it played out. And if we would have had that one little detail, but she didn't know that's where she dropped it. She assumed she dropped it on the bus, and then the lady didn't even know it was. That was her actually calling me, and that's funny too because now that she has the phone back, we're back. And my mom is a big social media person. She lives on Facebook, Instagram. I'm amazed at how many Instagram followers she has, but that's because most people her age are kind of in the political arena. So, yeah, she's busy. So, back to sending her stuff that she sends me and stuff like that. So I just laugh like, oh boy. But yeah, I don't know again where I left off, guys, but the mystery of the phone is over. She has the phone. And we didn't have to pay T-Mobile no $300. Thank you, Jesus. And all I can do is literally laugh about this missing phone. The fact that I was brave enough to trace this phone. And in today's world, you gotta be careful with stuff like that. But I was already in my head, like, if this is an apartment complex, you not doing it. Walk away. I even went to work yesterday morning and went online and filed a police report because I felt like if anything else where there's a chance I could get it back, I was already told I needed a police report to have the police involved to help me. So I did that as well. Yeah, I did. So the missing saga, phone saga is over. Thanks for listening and waiting to hear what happened and wishing good wishes that we find it. And I really appreciate all of that. So that's it. That's it. I ain't got no more, y'all.